Volkswagen has reached a deal with unions that will see sweeping changes to its German operations, including sharp reductions in capacity and more than 35,000 future job cuts. Union leaders hailed the agreement as a, quote, Christmas miracle after 70 hours of grueling talks, the longest in VW's 87-year history. Here's Union IG Metall negotiator Thorsten Groger. We are pleased that we have put together a package in which the red lines have been adhered to, he said. There won't be any immediate site closures or layoffs at Volkswagen, and the company appears to have backed away from demanding 10% wage cuts.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Parts Talk. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate each and every single one of you. In this episode, we're addressing some troubling news coming out of Germany, not just for Volkswagen, but for the entire automotive industry. Volkswagen has reached a deal with Europe's biggest union that could see over 35,000 people losing their jobs, and they're also planning to outsource vehicle production to Mexico. Let's break this down and talk about what this means for employees, the economy, and the future of car manufacturing. But before we do, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And if you have to leave before the end of this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up. The algorithm will really appreciate it. Let's get into our feature video from Reuters.
Volkswagen has reached a deal with unions that will see sweeping changes to its German operations, including sharp reductions in capacity and more than 35,000 future job cuts. Union leaders hailed the agreement as a, quote, Christmas miracle after 70 hours of grueling talks, the longest in VW's 87-year history. Here's Union IG Metall negotiator Thorsten Groger. We are pleased that we have put together a package in which the red lines have been adhered to, he said. There won't be any immediate site closures or layoffs at Volkswagen, and the company appears to have backed away from demanding 10% wage cuts. Europe's biggest car maker has been in negotiations over pay and jobs since September. It had said cost-cutting measures were necessary to compete with Chinese rivals, handle lackluster demand in Europe, and slower than expected adoption of electric vehicles. The deal avoids costly strikes and may also provide relief to investors. Around 100,000 workers had already staged two separate strikes in the past month, protesting against plans to cut wages, reduce capacity, and potentially shut German plants for the first time. VW said the union deal would allow savings of $15.6 billion annually in the medium term and saw no significant impact on its 2024 guidance.
What Volkswagen is doing is reacting to market pressure by admitting it's overproducing vehicles that aren't selling. Their solution? Fire thousands of employees and move some production to Mexico. They claim this will save around $5 billion annually. But here's the catch. They plan to keep all their factories open even if they're operating at a reduced capacity. Let's be clear, this isn't a smart move. Keeping underperforming factories open only deepens inefficiency. Volkswagen's German plants are already struggling to compete with manufacturers in China and Tesla. And if they fire more than 35,000 people and maintain these inefficiencies, the outlook doesn't get any better. The current situation in Germany is alarming. Reports indicate that more than 10,000 jobs are lost monthly, and the economy showing signs of shrinking. Factors like a high bankruptcy rate among businesses only add to the crisis. The automotive industry plays a significant role in this economic landscape happening in Germany right now, and losing jobs in this sector has a ripple effect. Experts predict that for every job lost in Volkswagen, similar losses could occur across the economy. And Volkswagen agreed to these job cuts after intense negotiations with IG Metall Union. Now, while they promised to do this in a socially acceptable manner, it's hard to see how firing tens of thousands of employees aligns with that. The reality is very stark. Expect a dramatic impact on the German economy. The union claims success in these negotiations, saying they've avoided plant closures. But how is firing thousands of workers a success? Now, they've negotiated job security through 2030 while also agreeing to cut wage increases and bonuses. Essentially, they've traded job security for reduced pay, which doesn't sit well with employees who are now at risk of losing their livelihoods. Volkswagen has also committed to cutting production capacity by about 734,000 vehicles. They didn't didn't even hit the capacity last year, and this looked like an attempt to justify maintaining their facilities while simultaneously slashing their workforce. You have to wonder how Volkswagen's management can say they've reduced development costs to be competitive. Manufacturing in China is nearly 40% cheaper. So what are they doing that will truly bring those costs down? The cuts and outsourcing seems more like a band-aid than a fix. The management team talks about a clear commitment to Germany, but action tells a different story. But how does firing a large part of the workforce and running factories inefficiently create a bright future for the company? The back and forth between Volkswagen and the union has raised a lot of questions. Now, instead of accepting temporary 10% wage cut to keep jobs, the union opted for these drastic layoffs. They are effectively decided that losing thousands of jobs is preferable to pay adjustments, showing a lack of foresight. Volkswagen is not the only one facing challenges. Companies across Germany are stressed, adapting to market shifts that threaten their very existence, and choices made now will determine who survives in the long run. So what does this mean for you? If you work in or tied to the automotive industry in Germany, prepare for a very shaky road ahead. Look for new opportunities and stay informed. Changes are coming, but this time around, I've never seen the auto industry go through so many changes within a span of 5 years. Keeping an eye on Volkswagen and all the others in the broader automotive market will be crucial in this particular environment. The actual implications for Volkswagen and the wider industry are multifaceted and may evolve over time. Thanks for tuning in. I want you to stay safe, stay informed, and as usual, please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Remember to grab a copy of my ebook, The Parts Manager Guide. Please smash that like button on your way out. It'll only take you 1.5 seconds to do so. Until next time.